stuff. They told him on the radio, make sure you don't have anything on your tires. So, Darrell, what have you got to do to make sure that car's okay, and how far are you willing to test it that next lap or two?
Well, that's the whole thing. You ease it down in the corner this time, and you back off just a teeny bit early to give yourself a little bit of time there in case there is something wrong that you can catch it before it gets into the fence. But Mike, the fuel mileage thing is kind of funny. I'm a driver. I say go for it. The crew chief, he's crunching numbers. He says, I don't know if we can make it or not. You know why? The driver, if they run out of gas, it's not the driver's fault.
But you know what? You don't want to run out of gas here, because if I run you out on that long run straight, you're going screaming, I'm out of gas. Now I'm going to get back.
And that poor old crew chief's going to make you pit whether he has to or not.
Because if you run out there, he's going to have to listen to a whole lot of screaming before you get back here.
Call me a ambulance.
Okay. Fox welcomes you back to the Pocono 500 on Fox, presented by Subway, and currently Ricky Rudd, the Iron Man. You could call him maybe the Tin Man, the way he's driven with a lot of heart, coming from back of the pack, working his way up, and leading his teammate Dale Jarrett. And you see the youngster Jimmy Johnson, then Bill Elliott, and Mark Martin with just 52 laps to go.
We've got a great race shaping up here right now. We've got one critical pit stop getting ready to come up. We've seen the last few races how pit stops can really affect the outcome of a race. I think today's will be no different.
7 of the 11 leaders today driving Fords, and the Robert Yates Racing, in case you're wondering, 4 1-2 finishes of all time, but some mechanical problems. Jeff Green having a toll taken here on this track. Ryan Newman, Kevin Harvick had a drivetrain. Matt Kenseth with a transmission problem. Terry Labonte dropping a valve, and then Jeremy Mayfield moments ago stepping out to the last 100 miles of this 500-mile race on the unique track that it is. And you talked about it on the pre-race show, not necessarily taking the toll on the driver, but the car.
It really can, Chris, because we keep talking about it, these long straightaways, and you have to downshift trying to save that RPM using the transmission like you're doing. You've just increased the probability of breaking part of this race car. In the last 100 miles, usually all this kind of comes together, and if you're going to have an engine problem, it shows itself, or a transmission problem, this can happen.
Got about 5 laps to go before pit stops. Standing by is Matt Yoakum with Robbie Loomis. Matt?
Well, Chris, Robbie Loomis called to unhook the rear bar. It's helped his man, Jeff Gordon, now in 9th. Robbie, you've helped the race car. Now what are you going to do to help with the track position?
Yeah, we really need a caution to get caught up. The DuPont Chevrolet's on rails right now. He's really happy with it. We need a caution to get some track position back up there, and we'll be in great shape.
Now, what's your fuel mileage game plan look like?
We're watching that. Brian Weitzel and myself just been discussing it. We're going to have to see what shakes out here at the end.
They feel like they're probably going to have to make it on 2 more stops, but it's very close. They're working on it and working on it. Steve Burton.
Matt, Jeff Burton at 99 has been fighting a tight race car for much of the day, but he's found a new line on the racetrack that has helped his lap times tremendously. He has good forward bite, but he wants the car to be a little freer on the next stop.
We are 3/4 distance, 150 of 200 laps completed, and of the top 10, 9 are experienced drivers. Ricky Rudd the leader, Dale Jarrett second, but here's the 3rd place car, Jimmy Johnson, the rookie, coming onto pit road.
And there's such a fine line between getting the car right. That's why you just make those little half turns, half pounds.
Johnson is in his pit. There is no way Jimmy Johnson is going to make it on the fuel he's taking this time. No way anybody's going to go 49 laps on this. They're going to tear a piece of the windshield covering off to let him see a little bit better. Normal routine, 4 tire change for Johnson. No adjustments to the car other than air pressure. Another good stop, and he's gone.
Now, I mean, if you know you can't make it, there's no sense in stretching it. Don't take a chance, because if you're getting a little worse fuel mileage, Jimmy Johnson's been running pretty fast this segment. He's probably using a little more fuel, so might as well come on in, get you 4 fresh tires and get advantage. I'm saying anybody that comes in from lap 157 on possibly can do it on that 1 stop.
But right now, has Jimmy Johnson, as the leader comes into view, dictated the race pace? Because now that he's out there on fresh tires, Darrell, is everybody else going to want him right away?
I think tires are not the issue right now. Everybody's thinking fuel. Everybody's trying to get to that window to where they can make it on 1 more stop. That's the big issue right now.
But Darrell, if you know you can't make it, here comes the 24 car. He's going to spin up. He's going to hit. Oh, he gets a stop right before the pit road.
and that's just residual unburnt fuel out the exhaust. That's not a problem. But Gordon, trying to keep race speed as far as possible, locked up the brake trying to get to pit road speed, spun out.
And the clock is going tick, tick, tick while this is going on.
Now, will he stop or will he drive through to stay on the lead lap?
Oh, no, he's got to stop. He's already committed.
He was there for fuel, so we know he can't run any further. There's no sense in it. Casey Atwood in the 7 car, he's on pit road as well.
This pit road is it's such a pit road that you come off turn 3 there and you can race yourself right to the end of the pit lane. But as you saw, you can also get in big trouble too. Just watch what we're talking about. Here he comes, carrying a lot of speed. See the rear tires? He locked up the rear brakes.
Trying to get down to that 55 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Dale Jarrett's in, second place car. Steve.
Mike, they had a great pit stop last time. Let's see if they can duplicate that feat. No chassis adjustments to the 88 of Dale Jarrett. Jackman John Bryan slams the jack underneath the 88 on the left side. Left side tires going on the 88 of Dale Jarrett.
Well, the 24 car needed a caution, they said, for a track position. Now they need a caution just to get caught back up.
Rusty Wallace is in. Remember, he took on 2 tires on the last caution flag stop. He'll get 4 here, so will Robbie Gordon.
Here comes the 28, and he is hauling it. He's locked up trying to get to the end of pit road. Comes the 9.
Dick Bergeron.
Kevin Hall is going to carry front tires for Ricky Rudd. Bobby Burrell is going to change the fronts. Paul Volk is carrying the rear tires. Ray Holm is changing the 57-year-old Norman Cujoviso, the gas man. He is perhaps the most important of all. Pack that tank, get as much as he possibly can in. They can't go all the way, they know that, but they want to go as far as they possibly can. Come on.
Bill Elliott is in. They made a track bar adjustment up 1 round. They're also going to make an air pressure adjustment on the 9 car. They do not feel they can go the distance. They're probably going to have to stop one more time for a gas and go. Today.
Craven is also in. Sterling Marlin just passes Craven. He pitted just after the 28 of Rudd. All these cars, 4 tire change and 2 cans of fuel.
Johnny Benson is in. Hut Strickland, Tom Bodine, Kenny Schrader among those making pit stops. Darrell, locking up the rear brakes.
Yeah.
When you're just about out of fuel, does that make that car tough to drive?
Oh, yeah, that's why I did it. There's no fuel back there. The car's real light on the back end. And if you're borderline with a lot of rear brake, which that's what you try to do, is have as much rear as you possibly can. Out of fuel, come to the end of pit road, tires worn, spin it out.
Tony Stewart in the 20 car, he's on pit road. Mark Martin has assumed the lead right now in the 6 car. And he's one of the ones we will be watching to see how much further he will go.
And these cars normally have a balance bar in there that they can adjust. I am not a big fan. I told my guys always, I don't want a lot of rear brake. On these fast speedways, that's so many times you get yourself in trouble.
Matt's in Tony's pit.
Tony Stewart in. You can see the wrenches in the back windows. Shaggy makes a track bar adjustment. Jeff Gooch Patterson. Oh, Tony Stewart stalls the car. Gooch tried to pack that fuel cell full. Stewart stalled it when he dropped the clutch.
And now out front, 2 Roush cars, Mark Martin and Jeff Burton.
And they can make it on fuel. If they make 1 more lap, here comes Burton. Right now, I think they're in the window, Larry. I believe that the 99 and the 6, if they top up, pack it full right now, I think they can make it.
Well, Jeff Burton, he's on pit road here at 156. That's 44 laps to go. Now, it's only been 39 laps since he pitted, so it's going to be interesting. Steve Burns.
Jeff Burton comes to the attention of his crew. Mark Armstrong will change the front tires on the 99. No wedge adjustment to the 99 of Jeff Burton. Come around to the left side. Burton's been fighting it. Push all day long in the 99. Left side tires on. Burton is away.
Kyle Petty, Hermie Sadler, Steve Grissom are in. Steve Park stopping as well under green.
6 car still going.
That's lap 157 right there.
2 more laps, pal. Just conserve
2
fuel.
more laps. That's a given. He can make it.
Yeah.
He's running his own race right now. He don't care what other people are doing.
Did you see the cartoon in Winston Cup scene this week? Mike Smith from the Las Vegas Sun does the cartoon every week. Why is Mark Martin so good? And it's got a crewman saying, hope NASCAR doesn't see this. He's pouring little blue pills into the gas tank of Mark's car. Maybe they're gas mileage pills. Maybe they're not.
Maybe not.
And what I see 5 cars that have not pitted yet. 2 of them are Roush cars, which is Mark Martin, and remember, Elliott Sadler. There you hear Ben Leslie telling Mark Martin, that's their fuel gauge, fuel pressure. You don't want, if you start seeing it fluctuate, you better get to pit road. But Elliott Sadler with the Roush package. But the DEI cars, Michael Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt Jr., they're still out there as well, running 2nd, 3rd right now.
And as usual, Jack Roush, he'll pit 1 car early. He'll try to stretch 1 car, trying to play the odds in different ways to give one of his drivers a chance. Dale Earnhardt Jr., is he out of gas?
He stretched it a little too far, I believe. Dave Blaney in the 77 car, he's another one stretching, and he was hitting the pit road.
Man, you see him smoking all 4 tires.
Like he was
Look over there. He blew the right front out. He locked it up, blew the right front out.
It wasn't a burnout, it was a burn-in.
Yeah. Oh.
That's all right. Doesn't need that tire anymore anyway.
That went off.
But I'd say there's a good chance that Dave Blaney, who normally gets good fuel mileage, he can make it from here.
And here comes Mark. He's coming into the 3rd turn now, and he should be on pit road this time, which puts him well within the window of making it. Here he comes.
Bobby Labonte's in, Stacy Compton's in, and Mark is hauling the mail to that timing line.
Right there. Here he comes, guys.
Now the 15 car hadn't pitted yet.
Or the 21 of Elliott Sadler. We saw him go 44 laps earlier.
Looks like a hold on Dale Earnhardt Jr.
It looked like speeding on pit road, but he was not running.
Get off the car.
Matt Yoker, what's going on?
Larry back there holding his car was silent. When he came in, he was out of gas. When he's out of gas, he could not tell the speed limit by the tachometer. And it was a tough entry for Mark Martin because he had to go around the 8 car. They were trying to stretch Martin's team, trying to stretch it to lap 159. They made their window. They're packing that fuel cell full of fuel, and he is down and away to Steve Burns.
Well, Matt, Michael Waltrip was afraid he was running out of gas, but they get to pit road just in time. Greg Osborne changing tires. Michael's fighting a push as well. 1 man of air back in all 4 tires for Michael Waltrip.
Elliott Sadler and Jimmy Spencer.
Great stop on Michael. Boy, that team is really on it today, Larry.
Spencer getting his work done as Ricky Rudd will come back to the lead. Now, when they come back here in July on Thursday in Berwick, 40 miles away, Jimmy's hometown, he's going to have a little charity golf tournament up there.
I wonder if he'll be doing any gardening. Little garden party, maybe?
Ricky Rudd has gone back to the top of the leaderboard with 40 laps to go in the Pocono 500.
No, make that 2.
Ed Fox welcomes you back at the Pocono 500. 14 lead changes, 11 leaders, and undergoing the recent pit stop, which is 37 laps to go. Let's take a look at the Busch point standings. And Jack Sprague, who was the winner last night, a big win, an emotional win for him. The points leader followed by Jason Keller, Greg Biffle, currently running 4th, Bobby Hamilton Jr. running 5th. Craftsman Truck Series standings sponsored by Sears. David Starr, your leader, followed by Rick Crawford, the veteran Ted Musgrave, Jason Leffler, currently running 5th. We'll get back to the final 100 miles at the Pocono 500 in just a moment. You get a look at the leader.
With under 100 miles to race, we are on record pace here at Pocono. Alan Kulwicki in 92 set the record, 144 miles an hour, and that may hold up as caution flies for the 4th time today. Debris on the racetrack in turn 3. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in position to get a lap back from race leader Ricky Rudd as they come around to caution.
It's a big break for Jeff Gordon, too, guys, because he was just a few seconds